Alright, so we've got Team Britannia here with AC the Great playing as Zeus in the light blue trunks, Tiger Boss in the yellow trunks on Gaia, and Joga on Hades in the red trunks. Well, Team Turan, we've got... Actually, sorry. That was Team Turan, sorry. We've got Team Turan over there on the lower side. On the top side, we got Britannia here with Odin Kings, Gaia, blue trunks, Evil, pink trunks Odin, and Grass and Groom, green trunks Aranos. So, map today, we're on Secluded Expanse. Fairly open desert tile set map, or plains tile set map. Quite a few huntables and quite a few berries, particularly in the center of the map. I don't know if our players will be able to really just wall themselves in on this one. I think it might be a very aggressive game we get to look forward to here. So what do we got? Greeks, Addy, and Norse versus Greeks, Addy, Addy. Sorry if I fucked that up. I think I have. Addy, Norse, Addy versus Greeks, Addy, Greeks. So I think the team with 2 Greeks should be a little bit more aggressive overall. I mean, you got the Norse. Greeks, you got 2 really good H2 civs versus 1 good H2 civ, and 2 civs that sort of depend on H3 versus only 1. Well, that's just my experience anyway. I mean, you can still be a little bit aggressive with like hero oracles and with Mamilos, Terma. But you got to be a bit careful, because if your opponent that's like Greek or Norse really commits to H2 with the sorts of comps they can have pre-heroic, then you'll get your ass wiped. Tiger Boss going for a second town center straight away. For the moment, looks to be the only player doing so. There we go. Odin going to do the same. Odin King, I should say. Oh, how's this Gaia? Trees placed right next to Evil Space by Odin King. So I mean the Norse player can save on an early ox cart. Put themselves, what, 80 resources? No, 100 resources ahead. Pretty nice. few more H-ups. Kicking in now. The Gaia players. Tiger Boss doing the same thing as Odin Kings. Giving allies the Gaia trees. Because yeah, it saves any of your non-Atlantean allies drop-off time, or having to actually place a storehouse or get an ox cart. It's not such a benefit to Egypt because I mean their lumber camps are at least free, but there is build time to place them, so it can set you back. So the settlement being delayed ever slightly there by the 2 scouts. Grass and Groom seems to be sticking with one town centre for the time being. Evil getting his second one now. AC also only the one town centre for the time being. AC upgraded centaurs with a polemark upgrade. Gives him a bit more movement speed and health. Doesn't actually give them any more damage. I mean, their main value is as a poker, but I suppose the movement speed does help. And health, you know, everything benefits from being more durable. Ultimately, looks like Evil is going to try and sort of wall himself in as much as possible to protect this gold mine on that side. Not really worry about the rest of his base for the moment. Thank you for the donation, Kairos. Yeah, cheers, man. Absolute legend. So, AC got dual Centaur also as polemark. So, again, the upgrade's not going to be of too much benefit in the harass side of things, but if he does get stopped and attacked by, you know, hero units in particular, it's always good there because it gives you enough health that you can actually notice and hopefully save them. AC. Well timed to finish off his settlement there. That was a bit expensive, I think, because I mean later on he could potentially use that to save multiple settlements, or you know, a settlement plus other structures, or whole armies, and you know, that sort of thing. I suppose if you're playing in a tournament setting, you can at least sit in on the mic to one another. That'll really help, because it's also actually meant that Odin's army here hasn't really been able to push Joker off this gold mine. I don't know why it seems to be stuck perfectly almost in where the oh yeah, that's right, because that segment's actually started. No, this one is, but not those. Yeah. Funny that, it's just weird. They're sort of sandwiched right in between the walls, even though they're not like quick walled up to actually stop them from moving anywhere. Sorry to be a bit disoriented this game. Never actually casted a game on this map before, I don't think, so a bit all over the shop. Ajax going to be a really mighty combo here against the automatons, because these guys not the hugest of health pools. The main benefit is you can actually use them to rebuild each other, so they become a bit of a pain in the ass harass unit that can sort of be recreated out in the field. It does cost a little. I believe their favour cost goes up the more you've got. Or is it... Did it tick down from 9 to 8 then because he just had the upgrade kick in, perhaps? Golden King. Use them to rebuild each other. Evil. Big massive Turma here. He doesn't want them to stop because if they get surrounded by the melee, they'll just get shredded. But I mean, big massive raiders. Sorry, chased by Turma. He doesn't want them to stop because if they get surrounded by melee, they get killed off. But you get a couple of villagers for his trouble here on AC. So the beauty of an open map, we get to see a lot more raiding damage get dealt because our players just simply aren't going to be able to afford enough walls to, you know, keep everything out. They'll be able to close off chokes around resources and lock off gold mines and stuff, but it's a bit hard to really lock off everything. So Evil gonna be able to get a bit of damage done over here. Team Turan probably does need to look at throwing up a little bit of wall off, or building wall off around some of these gold mines. Try and protect outlying town centers as well, because it's a big raider commitment here from Evil. And while Odin is applying a bit of mixed pressure from Atlantean with the automaton Turma, it's sort of hard to lock down this army. Tiger Boss and Joker are chasing a lot, but they're not really accomplishing a lot. So Tiger Boss is going to look at trying to push out on Evil. AC at the moment still mostly just relying on Centaur harass. Got up to 4 of them. Doesn't really have a huge amount at home at the moment. I suppose with Greek you really want to try and get 2 TC heroic if you can. Just because it gives you a huge amount of potential. Big power spike for your army. If you're not really wanting to commit to a human Age 2 army and you find you are investing in a lot of your Greek Age 2, that's sort of the thing that with Greeks is that they either get a great human Age 2 army or they invest a lot in these quite expensive but quite useful myth units from Age 2, whether it's the Cyclops or the Minotaur or the Centaur. They're all about 200 cost units, so if you do go that route you tend to play around 2 TC heroic, I think is sort of how people tend to play it. You know, you get your 4 Centaur and then you really just get whatever you need to defend and that's it. Not really much else. Because in fact this force is a lot smaller than Grass and Grooms, but it's enough. The Grass, well, it sort of wants to wait till it's out over here to try and intercept it. He's not going to try and fight it back at home. So it's a much bigger army commitment in human units. Freeing up AC to come and support his teammates. You know, with the crazy Greek Age 2 mythic units. You know, a Centaur, obviously probably the most utility and raiding oriented. Cyclops are great because every time their myth tech is up, you get to one-shot units. So really good at picking off villages, and it means that you can't send a single cavalry unit or something to go and clean them up because it's just going to get blown apart. Well, thrown apart. Right now, no players in or hitting heroic age. So, Joker get up this fortress up soon. He's got a nice force of Hippocons, supported with Tiger's Turma at the moment. So this Raider army doesn't have as much of a backline support here just yet. The Palace will change that. They've switched to Argus mostly here from Odin King would be what he's looking to do. As well as try and get these behemoth onto the structures if he can. Nice restoration here, but Evil making sure not to engage until it actually ends there, because if he does, it'll mostly go to waste, because it'll really improve how much value that Team Turan would get out of that restoration. On the lower side of the map, Grass and Groom is walled off, but they aren't upgraded walls just yet, so got that upgrade on the way out of any of them. Doesn't look like it. So AC will be forcing him to fight under the TC fire, but I don't think AC is yet going to want to push this until he gets his own fortresses or spams a lot of hoplites behind this, because he's going to have to take a lot of static defense fire and going to have to deal a lot of damage to the town center to break through there. That player's going to start trying to add in siege units where possible. Jovelos working away at the barracks while Behemoth's going to be picked off before it can kill the range. AC not really able to stick around. So again, they did get a hoplite upgrade in the middle of that fight. They're sort of going to be running into the counter now, because triple barracks Arcus production is going to be quite solid against them. Even though they do have better pierce than most other melee infantry, they still are going to be countered by, you know, your basic bowman type unit. Sort of the quintessential anti-infantry range unit. Couple of destroyers in the middle of this. It's a nice tank and siege unit here for Odin, but he's being pushed further and further off his military production here, because Tuggerboss and Jokidan pinned over here, and Evil still sort of stuck on his Age 2 Norse composition at the moment. Okay, he does have those medium upgrades. He's got Throwing Axeman now in the mix as well, giving him much needed ranged anti-infantry fire. But the pain in the ass is that they don't quite have the range of your bowman unit, and they don't quite have the flat damage both against non-countered units and against, you know, myth units and all that sort of thing. Buildings. That plus the range tends to make it a bad fight for them to fight one another, but I think they actually, the Throwing Axeman, a bit like the Hoplite, are sort of designed to only be soft countered by bowmen, whereas most other infantry are designed to get fucking dicked on by bowmen. Just because Hoplites I think have a little bit extra armor, and then yeah, Throwing Axeman, I think they actually have a slight, they might only be an AoE actually, I'm thinking. Throwing Axemen deal bonus damage against infantry. I don't know if it's against range. Yeah, only infantry in this. But still, because they are at least somewhat ranged, I don't tend to trade too badly against Arcus and whatnot, but it's still not ideal. I still want raiders. So Implode being used here, suck all the nearby units in. So AC continuing to push in the grass, who's added a couple of palaces there to try and hold on here. Joker pushing into Odin. So the Colossus has actually been chaosed to Gaia, or to neutral, but it's still going to take down the town center possibly here. Fire siphons. We need to try and get on the range of the buildings here. I think Brass and Green might have stabilized here. AC gonna have to get more siege and get more of his overall army here at the moment. But this Colossus is proving to be ever the pest. Finally a hero citizen going to be able to take it down. Joker content to try and push with mass Tox and Hades. You can eventually switch to Gastra, but for now Hades already has improved Toxotes. Evil uses Ragnarok power, so it's sort of all or nothing at this point for our Norse player out here. Because unless he's basically got 40 caravans plus, he's not going to have the economy to sort of fall back on. And I mean, if he does have that many caravans, he won't have the work the eco for Ragnarok to be super effective and give him, like, you know, 300 population worth of units. So here we go, he's already fallen down to about 280, but he's still left in the tank. He's to help Odin Kings here, and so Joker's going to have to fall back. I just lost a lot of forces here as well, and oh, back at home, Evil's actually really cleaned up Tiger Boss's base. Because it's such an open map, he's managed to just sneak in here with 50 heroes of Ragnarok and take out 2 town centers already. So Team Turan has been caught napping here. But is it only a temporary setback, because they have been applying the pressure most of the game there. Average score is 1,000 up over Team Britannia at the moment. Evil's still harassing with the Raiders where possible, and he's going to take out another town center of Tiger Bosses. So he's fallen back to Earth in terms of population. He's now able to start producing gatherers once again. He still actually has a reasonable amount in the bank here. As long as he can snuff a bit more of the caravans, play it safe, should be alright to keep supporting his allies and renew his economy here. But Joker then might have something else in mind here, because he's pushing into Odin King. What it looks like. AC has got some side built barracks is here, but looks like Russ is going to be able to clean those up, and in the meanwhile Brass has lost this town center here, and AC is continuing to push forward. So it's sort of blow for blow here at the moment. So we've got a player from we got the two flanks here for Team Britannia are struggling a little bit, but at the same time, in the pocket, Tiger Boss has had the base absolutely decimated by Evil. Tiger Boss has managed to get Palace here to prevent an easy town center, but the other town center spot, the other settlement, has already been pinched by Evil, so this could be very smart. It could come down to a good old-fashioned base race here. Both of these flanks for Team Rule Britannia, copping it from Team Turan. Tiger Boss is going to go for the Titan Gate. Because you know what? I've only got a limited number of population. Why don't I put another 20 into a Titan? These temples are really opportunely placed here. It's going to mean fire giants to back up this infantry army here. Raiders incoming here as well, guys. Jokerdam creeping forward towards victory, towards Odin King's starting town center there. But Gastrophetes and Helepoli on the field here. So it's going to be very hard to shake the Hades player at this point. AC does have vision of the trade here as well. The side build barracks is the last one's left up. There are the Myrmidons there as well. It looks like the Dryads will be able to clean that up eventually. Tiger Boss, the Titan, will be incoming soon. Well, that's really nice that the Argus is able to just one-shot one of the fire giants now. It looks like Evil might get cleaned up here. As well, he's dealt immense damage to Tiger Boss. Both wings have been pinned down. Rule Britannia really struggling. The town center count. I think Evil drop back, crashing back to Earth with his teammates shortly. Or is there enough left in the tank for Rule Britannia here? This Grassengroom managing to push into AC's base at the moment. I don't know if AC actually has enough real dedicated siege units to try and get the town center down here. But meanwhile, AC is going to respond with a cheeky fortress on the market line, but we have a tap out here from Rule Britannia. Team Turan takes the game.